Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Welcome to FXLondon. Today I'm going to be discussing, is Forex trading worth it in 2022? Here on my phone, I've got a page worth of notes. I want it to be short, sharp, snappy. Loads of people inside my community that are new, that are beginners, are asking this question every single day, that want to know, is it worth starting their trading journey in 2022? Or should they simply stick with a job, another career, being a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, something else? So should you begin Forex trading in 2022? Is it worth it? So first, I'm going to be going through the no's of why I think you shouldn't. And then second, I'm going to be going through the yeses of why I think you should. And my concluding argument is that I think it is worth it. So the first no is if you're expecting to make millions within the first 6 months. Okay, it's very, very unlikely. Trading is a long-term game. Second, if you're expecting to be driving an exotic car in the first 6 months as well. Again, no, trading is a long-term game. Again, no, if the money that you're going to be using for investing needs to be used for food, for clothing, for bills, for heating, electricity, etc. You're probably not in a position to start your trading journey as of yet. And the fourth no is don't bother starting if you're not willing to, put in the work, if you're not willing to learn and put in the hours. I think this goes for pretty much anything in life. You've got to put in the effort. If you're not willing to, learn the charts, learn the instruments, learn the time zones, learn the strategies to improve on your psychology, to backtest hours and hours and hours worth of data, like any other profession, lawyers, engineers, doctors, anything in fashion, anything in the creative world as well. It takes hours and hours and hours to get good at these, to get good at these industries, to get good at these jobs, to have a basic understanding and to actually be able to propel yourself, to the next level. And the fifth no is more of a personal reflection. Okay, if you've got a really addictive, greedy personality, perhaps trading and this industry isn't suited to you. Okay, there are other industries out there that might be better suited to those sorts of personality traits, because trading is a highly risky game. It's very addictive if you allow it to be. The ability to make money from your phone or your laptop is addictive in itself. You can make the same amount of money as you could working in a shift within a matter of minutes, and that's where the addiction can come into play. And if you don't have the right set of tools and experience put in play to control that emotion, to control that roller coaster of feeling, essentially you're going to lose more money than you put in, as most people do within the market. And so I think it's more of a personal reflection that you have to address to yourself. Is it worth pursuing a career or a side hustle in trading when the brokers and the platforms and the industry plays on the aspect of addiction? Again, now the sixth no is more of a simple one. And this is if you want stability. If you want stability, trading is not the one for you. If you want a stable job, go and work at Amazon, go and work somewhere else for, regular paid income. Because if you want something that's going to, the hours that you put in is going to equate to the income that you make within a day, within a week, within a month, trading is not for you. Because this is a long-term game. And at the same time, every single day is different. You can make lots of money one day, lose lots of money the next day. Now, let me move on to the positives of why I think you should begin trading. Not just in 2022, but, in general, whether it's a side hustle, whether it's a full-time, career and you're doing it, every single day. Let's go through some of the yeses. So number one, yes, if you're willing to learn and put in the hours. Okay, if you're willing to put in the effort, okay, it's worthwhile. Two, yes, if you have a long-term mindset. If you're not chasing materialistic goods, cars, cash, holidays, boats, all of the above, and you're not chasing all of that, and you're simply chasing the idea of pursuing something that can give you the ability to be financially free, then yes. Now, the third yes is if you've got good natural control. Now, this is, countering what I said earlier, that if you have got a greedy, addictive personality, trading might not be suited to you. If on the contrary, you've got a very calm personality, you cope with pressure very, very well, you don't get upset, you don't get emotional about things, then trading might be better suited to you. Of course, all of this can be worked on. This can be molded. This can be adapted. Very few people are born, a trader, and that they're, emotionless and they've got no emotions and they're, these evil people. Not at all. You have to build up a threshold of being, able and comfortable to deal with drawdowns and deal with losses and losing days. And, essentially this can all be worked on, in psychology training and all that sort of stuff. But essentially, if you've got a natural ability to be calm and cool under pressure, trading will be suited to you. Now, the fourth yes is if you're in the correct financial position. And this doesn't mean you need to have millions of pounds, dollars saved up, and you don't need to have really wealthy, parents and families. I'm not saying that at all. I started off with £500. Okay, and that was my birthday savings money for years, and I ended up losing it within the first 2 weeks. But I'm a student, and I was able to rely on the fact that I could live off pretty much nothing because I don't have any overhead costs. I don't have loads of bills. I don't have to pay for a house. You know, I am a student. I'm student living, which means that, you know, I can live on under £5 a day, really, if I needed to. So what I'm trying to say here is, if the money, as I mentioned earlier, is money that you need for bills, is that you need for, you know, clothing, for food, for everything you need for day to day. Again, you've got a family to support and you haven't got much money, and you're not in a financial position where you can explore other alternatives. It gets very emotional. Okay, now you've almost got to have the mindset that the money that you invest into the market you don't need. That's what I'm trying to say, is that you don't need it, and you know, it can be put away. Now, the fifth yes is if you're looking for something that gives you more financial freedom and flexibility within your day-to-day life. Okay, if you're working a 9 to 5 in an office job, you're going to have to be commuting. Here in the UK, you'd often be commuting into London, to Birmingham, to Manchester, to Liverpool, any of these big cities. Whereas instead, if you're trading, you can be at home, you know, in your own home clothes. You can be trading, making decisions through your laptop, through your phone, and making, you know, the same level of income when you have the experience, you know, ultimately as you would in a 9 to 5 job. And so trading provides you that opportunity to have that financial freedom. Now, the sixth yes links onto that. If you're someone that loves to travel, someone that loves to explore, as I mentioned earlier, all you need for trading is a laptop and a phone and some internet connection, which means that you can be placing the same trades as you would be here, you know, in the UK, as you could be out in the Caribbean on a beach. So essentially, you know, trading is perfect for people that love to travel, people that love to explore, because you need very, very minimal stuff for working. So my overall conclusion is, like any other profession, you know, lawyers, doctors, engineering, anyone in the creative world, fashion, if you enjoy it and you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to, you know, put in the time and effort and trust the process, it is totally, totally worth it. Okay. Like I said, trading is exponential. You aren't limited to a salary. You aren't limited to a location as well. You know, whilst you might not be making as much in year 1, year 2, whilst you're learning, okay, which is probably what it will take to learn. Okay, it does take a long time. You aren't going to learn it in a couple months. You know, you won't be making as much as someone in year 1, year 2, as someone perhaps in a sales job, a marketing job, some other job that you could get. But years later, your monthly salaries can be their yearly salaries. So, you know, trust the process. If you want to get involved in it, it really is exponential. But yeah, my opinion is yes, do start off as a side hustle, as long as you were in the financial position to do so. Okay. And, you know, don't expect to be making loads of money with it straight away. It takes time, but it is worth it. And yeah, ultimately that's the video. I'm also going to say, you know, if you want to join FXLondon, you want to join my community for free, feel welcome all sorts of abilities, beginners, experts, intermediate traders. All of the links will be down below. And also, you know, everything will be timestamped down below perfectly as well. So yeah, ultimately, if you want to join, you want an active, a nice community, we're actively growing, we're actively expanding every single day. Got loads of new services that you can get involved in, loads of community group chats that you can speak to other traders that are more experienced than you are. And yeah, all of that will be linked below. You know, Discord, Telegram, Instagram, and of course, feel free to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. All right, bye for now. See you in the next video.